We all know vacations can be extremely stressful to plan. With budgeting, planning, and packing, it can feel like everything is scrambled or you might not have enough time to get everything done. Sometimes the stress of planning can take the excitement away from the experience. I'm here today to help you lay out your next vacation plan and to give you 6 pieces of advice that I learned when taking my most recent trip. Hey guys, I'm Kylie. Welcome to my channel, and I know this is a very informal way of filming a video. I tried filming this video once before, but then I ended up going on vacation halfway through editing it, so now I'm trying to fix the intro. I also want to incorporate things that I learned from my trip on what I needed and what I wish I would have done and things I would do in the future. And I wanted to tell you guys all of those things so that way you can avoid my mistakes and hopefully your next travel is a lot easier and your next planning and packing experience is so much easier and a lot more smooth. My boyfriend and I just recently took a trip to California. We went to San Francisco, Yosemite, the Redwoods, and Lake Tahoe. We had to do a lot of planning and a lot of mapping out where we're going to go and where we're going to stay. And since we're doing so many different kinds of things, we had to pack a variety of different kinds of clothes and different necessities. If you are planning a vacation and you need some tips on how to get started, please keep watching and I can give you all the tips I can. Step number 1 is deciding where you want to go. I recommend deciding based on what you're looking for in a vacation. So if you're wanting something beachy or something in the mountains or in the city, lean towards something around what you're looking for. You also need to decide whether you're going to be traveling by plane or by car. If you are going to be traveling by plane, you also have to figure out a rental car situation. I also recommend trying to find a nice suitcase or some toiletries or a nice book bag. You can find these anywhere. I found some at Target and they were super cute, but you can find them literally anywhere. Once you find a good amount of luggage, that will make such a big difference on how easy it is to pack and bring things for your trip. So once you decide on where you're going to go, it is time to plan on your activity. We had to do a lot of planning in terms of where we're going to go and which route is the best and what activities are around and also hotel and everything. So in terms of planning, I recommend making a list of everything you want to do and then putting a star next to the things you need to do, you have to get this done before you leave your vacation. Once you make that list, then you're going to narrow down what you're going to have time for, create a plan of the time frame of each activity, so then you're able to see how much you are able to get done and what you're going to have time for. I also go based off of my budget. I recommend budgeting the price of each activity so that way you can know what to expect coming up, so then you also have a total of everything you're going to spend. The next tip on planning your vacation is deciding food you're going to eat. So one thing I am big on is I don't do chains. Whenever I am on vacation, I do my best to avoid chain restaurants. I like to go somewhere that is local or big in that location. So going back to making lists, I recommend making a list of all the things you want to try. Also research the restaurants around that location. I use Google Maps and I looked at where I was going to travel. I looked at restaurants around that location and I kind of got a feel for what I was looking for and I made a list of all the restaurants I found. And then once I made that list, I did the same thing. I starred what I really wanted to get done. That way, when I actually go on vacation, we kind of have a plan on what places we want to try. And then obviously you have to budget for each restaurant so that way you can prepare on what you're going to spend on vacation and know what you're going to look forward to. The next step on planning your vacation is deciding on a hotel and places to stay. It can be a hotel, it can be an inn, it can be an Airbnb, anywhere that fits your budget and fits what you're looking for and fits the location you're going to will work. Do your research on what's around and obviously look at the budget for each different thing. Look at benefits that come with each place to stay and make your final decision after you make a list. So the next step, I really like to tie all of this stuff that I've been talking about together, and this next step really covers that. I recommend making an Excel sheet and writing out everything you're going to do and everything you want to do in the places you're going to be in. I recommend making a list of location, the exact address, the cost, the destination, and housing. You can list and budget out each thing so that way you can have something right in front of you and you know exactly what the plan is. Lastly, it's time to pack. Once you have everything figured out of where you're going to go and everything planned out of what you're going to do and where you're going to stay. Then it's time to figure out what you're going to pack. You also have to keep in mind whether you are flying by plane or you are driving. This determines what you're going to be packing and the limits of what you're going to bring. Depending on where you're going, I recommend packing layers, any medication that you might need on the trip. You also need your hair and skin products and any other personal belongings. I also recommend finding a pet sitter if you have a pet, or a babysitter if you have any kids. I would do that early in advance just so that way it's all like squared away when you're trying to go. Another hack at the beginning of your trip is to deep clean your house, so that way when you're done you can come back to a beautiful house. So overall, all of these steps are really going to help benefit you in planning your vacation. It will help you determine your budget and determine your whole trip and what you're going to be doing. It also helps you give you like an insight of what you're going to expect getting there, so that way you're not confused. At the end of the day, we're trying to have a fun trip and make this not stressful at all. Anyways, I really hope these tips helped you out, and I really hope you can gain information and knowledge from what I shared today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please comment down below any future videos you would like me to make.